Hello and welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we will go ahead and create the next part of our project website, which is the Jumbotron, which has to be present right over here. So creating Jumbotron in Bootstrap is quite simple, and I guess if you are able to do that on your own, that's absolutely fine. But if you want to go through the lecture, then here it is. So what we will do now is that you need to make sure that we are working inside this container. So whatever part of the website it be, all the parts or all the divs are going to be contained inside this particular single container. So as per Bootstrap grid system, we must actually have a row, and within that row we must have a column, and we must always place that element inside that particular column. But if you have a look at this nav over here, we have not used any sort of row or column for this thing, and the reason for that is because we actually wanted this navigation bar to have its own thing. But now, as we are using some responsive elements over here, we do need to make sure that we have to use the Bootstrap grid system. So right inside this container ends here. So right inside here, we will go ahead and create the actual grid system for rows and columns, and we will be creating rows for individual sections of our website. So this row which we'll be creating right here is going to be just for the sake of the Jumbotron. So I'll just go ahead and create a div here. So that's going to be div class row. This row ends here. So all the Jumbotron which we are going to have is going to be included in this thing right here. Now, as we have a row, according to the Bootstrap grid system, we must also have a column. So that's going to be column-md-12. So we want our Bootstrap Jumbotron to span all the available space. And now we will use the Jumbotron class to actually create a Jumbotron. So div class is going to be Jumbotron. Make sure to end the div here, and you can add any sort of elements to this Jumbotron as per your needs or as per your personal choice. So I will be adding a h1 tag over here as an heading for the Jumbotron. So the class is going to be display 4, which is basically dictating the size of this heading. And let's end this tag over here by typing in h1. And let's make this heading a little bit smaller. Let's say we use h2 over here. And let's go ahead and add some interesting title like get the latest trending news on hot topics. So get the latest. So if I hit refresh, as you can see, we have the main headline for our website right over here, and it looks pretty nice. Make sure to add a full stop over here because we do want to end the sentence. And now what we will do here is that we will give a slight bit of horizontal line just below this main heading. So in order to create a horizontal line, we will just type in HR over here, which is the HR tag. Let's say the class for that is going to be my-4. And now we will go ahead and add some text as well. So we'll use the paragraph tag, and we say something like subscribe for the latest news. And finally, let's have a call to action button over here, and it's also going to make the user perform some sort of action. So button type is going to be button. The class is going to be, let's say, btn primary. Let's end the button over here, and let's add a subscribe text to it. Okay, so once we are done with this, we are pretty much good to go. So let's see how exactly our Jumbotron is going to look like. So as you can see, if I hit refresh, our Jumbotron looks much better. So if you want to change the styling of this, you can change the background of the Jumbotron, but for now we'll keep it as it is. Let's say if you want to make the subscribe button red, you can just change this thing to danger. So feel free to play around with this and add your own customized styling. If you have completed the style in your own format, make sure to take a screenshot and post in the Q&A section so that everybody will be able to look what kind of site have you designed. So that's it for this lecture, and in the next lecture we will go ahead and create the rest of the part of our site, which are basically news cards. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.